Central California is known for its rich agricultural history. However, its art scene is on the rise. Today we're going to meet two Central Valley photographers who are putting their own unique spin on the 559.
I drive here a lot, just looking for spots, and one day I just, when I passed it, I keep passing it, and one day I just made the decision to stop, and I just looked around for a little bit, chilled out, and started shooting photos. My name is Jesus Tapia, and I'm a photographer, usually a landscape photographer, do cityscape, and sometimes portraits. I would come here as I was a little kid, you know, I liked the trees and, you know, the smell of this place and peaceful out here, and I just wanted to capture it. Now all the film that's here is done, but I have more, so it's all good. I'm just gonna reload a new roll. I don't know what the hell.
What happened to it?
Sometimes I don't get caught onto the thing, onto the spool here, and sometimes it comes out of the spool. It just, so whenever I try to advance it, that's like the first time it's ever happened.
That's crazy.
So like, this is the only camera this has happened with, and my other cameras, it doesn't happen. My other Pentax K1000 that I had didn't do that. Okay. Well, since I was a little kid, I had dealt with a little bit of anxiety here and there, and so it would just help me focus and to calm down as walking around, and it helps me be more aware of what's around me. There. Before I do this, make sure it gets a little tight, so it'll wind every time. Give it a little shot, should be fresh. The finished product, usually I like to look at it when it's in print, but it's just, I really, I fall in love with it pretty much. I call each of my pictures my babies. But yeah, it comes out really good. I'm really happy. Pretty good.
What's like one thing that you would want someone to know from you after watching this piece?
No, I am really awkward.
Keep driving. Today I am walking in Ashland's collection for the Fashion Inc. fashion show, and I'm also going to be filming a project for my advanced video production course, and I'm going to be following around another stylist, to May, and she's going to talk about fashion, and yeah. I am Ali Honore, and I do photography. So I got my start a few years ago when I was 18. Somebody asked if they could take photos of me, and I developed a friendship with this person, and they taught me a lot about photography. And from there I kind of just started doing what he was doing, and it's really evolved since then. At first it was really just taking photos of people, and like trying to make it and the people look as pretty as possible. And eventually it just became more naturally because I wanted to make it about something conceptual, and I wanted to start constructing portraits that conveyed emotion, and I wanted to start doing like photo essays, and then eventually that kind of went into like photojournalism, and also like for work it's become like commercial photography, but in a way that can be like a story in its own. So like I started doing weddings, but I really just like covering like the wedding, like, you know, like the ceremony of two people like coming together. So things like that, I kind of find like meaning in photos, and that's made me find meaning in different types of photography, because in the end I just like storytelling. So I recently went to Ghana in the winter, and that was probably my best experience so far in my life. I enjoyed it because there were no limits to what I could capture. Like, there was just so much to show other people. There was so much to relay through photos, and seeing like a different kind of community, different like in the sense that like they function different, they value different things. You can capture different emotions a lot easier there because there's kind of walls up in the Western world. Like people typically have walls up, but they're very welcoming and they are not so distrusting, I guess. And their purpose for wanting to be photographed there is not necessarily about wanting to look good, but rather wanting to like be captured, and that's what they let me do. Is there any way to check that this is?
If you had a mic, if you had headphones.
I put headphones in this jack right here.
In your stuff?
I think you had this in a. You had this in a headphone.
Well, it'll just be from the body. She's
gonna be busy, but I'm just gonna tell her like we fucked up. We have to reshoot the interview.
okay. Sorry.
It's fine. So I'm trying to get the level, so regardless, the in-body should be okay. Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, hi, hello, 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 hello.
Where should I set it? Like, you can go from -6
Your voice
to
is so much deeper, huh?
My voice is so much deeper.
No, Nate is. -6 would be good. I've always wanted to do international journalism. I didn't think it would be documentary filmmaking until this last trip, and understanding that like that gave me like a greater sense of purpose in my career and in my field and in my life, because I feel like in this field like it becomes part of your life. They kind of go together, because it's what I want to do is allow people to see more and get a broader understanding and broader perceptions of other places in the world. And then I think in video you can develop that human connection with other communities and other people, and then you empathize with them more, and then you feel like you want to know more about them, or you feel like you can relate to them in some way.
Photography is important to my life
Because I feel like my creativity went somewhere, and I feel like it made something that
people normally don't see.
I just get a sense of like relief that I was able to like effectively put my ideas somewhere, like onto something.
And you could just interpret a much bigger picture, even if it's just, you know, a little thing.